Okay, this is just going to be a quick video because my wife is drunk and she got my dog all riled up and I have all kinds of drama going on here. So, anyways, I was reading Pharyngula. Uh, I'm sure I'm pronouncing that wrong. Pharyngula, which is PZ Meyers' blog, and he has posted a video from the Assembly of God Church, partially taken in Sarah Palin's Assembly of God Church, but it also just kind of is about their ministry. And I read one comment that really struck me as profound, and I want to relate that to you. Hopefully, it won't take 10 minutes. Just a second. Let me scan through. It's comment number 271. I've tried to provide the links over in the sidebar over here for you to read through it yourself, but I'm going to read it for you. This was posted by unGeDuLdig, September 9th, 2008, 4:27 p.m. It's comment number 271. I'm surprised that the sentence, "This world is not enough," no, "This world has nothing to offer me," that was in the video. One of the lay people was saying that. Anyways, "This world has nothing to offer me" offends so many here. If you look close enough at the lives of the attendants of religious awakenings, you'll find a great deal of despair, incapacitation, and future anxiety. How can critique accomplish anything if we refuse to look closer and don't try to understand? Critique devoid of analysis is plain rabble-rousing. Intricately related to the right-wing propaganda. I apologize, he's German, and sometimes their English is a little off, so it's not me just being stupid and not being able to read it, it's just incorrect at parts. However, I think you'll be able to see what he's trying to say. Now let me get back to it. It's sad to see how similar both sides of the aisle have become, how much the progressives are infected by the very same virus of demonization of the adversary, how often the bigot slur of middle-class hatred against the disenfranchised and hopeless underclass, of which much of the megachurches consist, hides behind the mask of reason and science. I'm not out to find excuses for fascist tendencies of the religious nuts, but explanations based on the willingness to acknowledge the humanity of those who have fallen for the irrational. The hatred displayed by some here, number 21, bomb all churches and nuke the Islamic countries. Number 77, U.S. citizens will have as much reason to regret they didn't kill these people when there was still time. Number 89, and that majority is breeding like rats, is no less than treason against the so easily invoked principles of humanism and rationalism. The bigger picture of segregated populations feeding projections and pathologizations of their pet hate object and the lack of rejection to that sort of hate speech in both sections is IMHO, in my haughty opinion, a far better subject than the lipstick color of Mrs. Palin or the epidemic comparison of the adversary with retards or animals. There has been a question about the psychological roots of the Pentecostal phenomenon in this thread, anonymous, number 67, but no answer as far as I have seen. It seems to be more important to prey on the superficial exploit of the shock images and quotations cut together, like your regular Fox News reel. The only chance to have some sort of effect on this global phenomenon of re-emerging fundamentalism is when we get past the cheap scandalization and demonization and start exploring the genesis of authoritarian and superstitious characters. What urges the members of a half-enlightened society to renounce their independence, intellectual integrity, personal freedoms? Is there a way to discern the accessibles from the completely lost? And is there a method to engage individuals in the fangs of TV preachers into discussion and reasoning? Or have we already given up to convince and gone over to construe them as an evidence of our always questionable free thinking? Writing from Germany, This reminds me of the most fatal errors of leftists and intellectuals during the 20s, who saw the monstrosity of National Socialism spread like fire amongst the working and middle class and did not much more than laugh their elitist asses off until the ridiculous ideology had them silenced forever. Being right is not the issue here, but getting something done, if possible, this time the right way. Which, I mean, it not the most eloquent English, but if you look at what he's trying to say, a lot of these religious fundamentalists, they are they are impoverished. They're not well educated, and they've been taken and indoctrinated from childhood. And I don't have an answer if there's a way to reach them. This is what I replied. My reply is number 306. Good point. Unfortunately, the religious zealots refuse to listen to reason. I suspect that the majority of their religious leaders are secretly atheists. Wikipedia the Pentecostal child preacher named Marjoe sometime, that are deliberately brainwashing the sheep for profit. However, when that idea is put forward, the religious moderates tend to quickly get up in arms and shout religious intolerance. However, videos like the one PZ posted illustrate to Catholics and mainstream Protestants exactly how far over the bend their fundamentalist kin have gone. Mainstream Protestants and Catholics find the literal biblical fundamentalists quite horrifying and, well, weird. It is important that the moderates know that Palin is one of those weirdos. Which, I don't know. I don't know if that's the most well thought out reply, but that's just all I could think of off the top of my head. I'd like to hear what you guys watch the video, read the comment, kind of get through his English, and see what you think. I mean, I find his criticism kind of made me ashamed of myself at times, because these aren't the most sophisticated people we always go against, and sometimes we use, instead of trying to reach them, we just ridicule them. And I don't know, I think that's something to think about. Maybe we could all work on better ways of reaching these people instead of trying to demonize them or call them idiots or anything like that. Okay, I'm out. Sorry, no naughty intro this time.